Dylan, I'm not stealing all of Dave Tucker's message from last Sunday school, but bits and pieces. 2 Corinthians 13:5.
That's a bad.
Really? When you get there, yell out something random.
Something random!
There you go. Keith is here. You can jump on. Alright, everybody there? If you're not, get there. Alright. 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves to see whether you are in faith. Test yourselves. Do you not realize that Christ Jesus is in you? Unless, of course, you fail the test. Everybody say, ooh. Ooh. Failed the test. Okay. And I trust that you will discover you have not failed the test. So let's read that one more time, just for the sake of it. Examine yourselves, look at yourselves, to see whether you are in faith. Test yourself. Do you not realize Christ Jesus is in you? Unless, of course, you fail the test. Ooh. Okay. And I trust that you will discover that we have not failed the test. All right, second verse. Let's go to Mark 11:22. Yeah, something else random. You can't do the same thing. The verse again was Mark 11:22. I am reading out of. Yeah, New Living Translation. Mark 11:22. 11:22. Okay. And if y'all were here this morning, this one was also said. Yeah, Mark 11:22. Okay. Have faith in God, Jesus answered. I tell you the truth. If anyone says to this mountain, go, throw yourself into a sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says will happen, it will be done for him. So, I'm going to read that one more time. Have faith in God, Jesus answered. I tell you the truth, if anyone says to this mountain, go, throw yourself into a sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will happen, it will be done for him. Has anybody ever seen a mountain, thrown into a sea? I've never seen it. That would be pretty rocking. So, we're going to talk about that kind of power, though. I probably won't go real long tonight, but we're going to say what I have on my heart to say, and let's do it. Title of my message, if you're taking notes, is Test Yourself. I want to start out with a question. I usually do. What's something that y'all want? It could be something material. It could be something like peace, that's not exactly material, but just I want to see hands talking. So, okay, Kaylin. More patience. Good one. Okay. Hands. Come on. Hayden. Not to hold grudges. These are really deep and good ones. Okay, Jason, then Josh. Jason.
Good teammates.
Good teammates.
What ton of wisdom.
What ton of wisdom. Okay, Hayden again. Nice. Crushing. Obedience. Oh, or not good. Okay.
I got
Yeah.
a new 4-door white Jeep.
There we go. So, okay, something material. Y'all are deep and oh man, how do you definitely what's like this, peace and oh no, is there something? Brady. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right, that's good for now. All right. Anyway, what I was trying to get at is, and it doesn't even have to be something big. For you, a Jeep may not be that big for something to believe for. Good teammates may not be that big, but it can be big things too. Let's get back to what I was going to say. All right, so just have something in your head of something that you want. It could be, the deep ones if you wanted that too. I just want to start off saying, try to test yourself. Use your faith for something and prove that you are living a life of faith. The verse that we were at a second ago, I'm going to turn back to it real quick, was 2 Corinthians 13:5. And last Sunday, David Tucker, I was in Sunday school with him, and he was talking about this verse, and he was saying that he must have read over it, 20 gajillion times, and it never stuck with him like it did that last week. And it was the same way when he said it. I'm sure I've been over this so many times. But when I read it, it really hit me in the face. It's like, do I actually, test myself? Like I say that I'm living the life of faith. If somebody, came and asked me if I was living the life of faith, I'd say, yeah, because I think I do pretty much, I try to do what's right. I try to get in the Word as much as I can. But this verse kind of asks you, and it's a challenge, really. What do you use your faith for? What's something you use your faith for? Like, recently, one thing that I could think, the big thing that I can think of is my Jeep. About a year ago, and I'm not bragging on myself when I say this, I'm just saying this is an example of something you can use your faith for. But about a year ago at camp, we were riding around in Bob's Jeep. Bob had his black Jeep, and like all the doors were off, top was off, and I was just like, you know what? This is really cool. I'd really like to have one of these. And it was just, it wasn't like something like peace, peace to all the earth, so some kind of thing like that. It was, I want a Jeep. And, I was like, okay, I want this, so I'm going to use my faith for it. And for about a year, I used my words. I said over and over again, just every night before I went to sleep, I'm confessing, that Jeep, two-door, a little bit older, jacked up, with, pretty beefy tires on it, and I would describe it. I described exactly how it looked. And I did that for a year. And then come along, somebody emailed me and was like, hey, you want to trade straight over for, your Mustang? Yeah, absolutely, So it's just things like that of how to use your faith for. Faith works. It really does. And it works, for things like peace too. If you're having a hard time, say you're having a hard time believing in God, you got college classes for people that are in college, high school classes, everybody's speaking evolution at you. And you're having a really hard time, because you're like, I don't know which verses to go to. It sounds like they're kind of right. Well, pray for peace. Use your faith for it. Because, that's included with all of this. So I'm going to go on. A lot of times we talk about using our faith in our church a lot, but I think a lot of times we miss the exact of how to use our faith. And I'm just going to put it to you plainly. That's pretty much like all I'm going to have tonight is I'm going to teach you guys how to use your faith. If you haven't before, if you have, great. This is a reminder and a simpler version than you might hear out there. Because sometimes, some of the big words and stuff, they kind of lose you. You don't get exactly the gist of it. So this is bare bones, how I see how you can use your faith and how I used it for my Jeep. Can we get some papers passed around to everybody? Got some going around. I want everybody to take notes on these, and please actually take them and don't just throw them away somewhere. But if this is something you don't know how to do, keep this. And by the end of tonight, I want everybody to have an idea of something to believe for their faith for, and start putting some action towards. So we're going to get all the papers passed out real quick. And while we get all those passed out, Bob, can you come up front and who would like to volunteer for something?
I guess.
Okay, keep your hands up. Now, who would not like to volunteer?
Oh, sorry.
You kept it up. Who should we use? No. I want to use, let's see. Okay. I'll use.
Just realized something. Just realized something.
All right. Everybody got the papers and everything passed out? It's back here. All right, so object lesson. All right. So, Bob, can you please demonstrate how to properly curl that weight there? How much is that?
It's about probably 55 pounds.
About 55 pounds. Sweet. I know. That's why I picked you. Okay. So, just give us a couple curls to show us how to do it. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, that's good. So everybody give Bob a hand clap. Thank Bob. And Kate, why don't you go do the same thing? No. You gotta do it properly. Come on. Yeah. Come on. You got this? You got this? Go.
No, that's as far
Come on,
as.
elbows inside. No?
No.
No? Okay, alright. Well, y'all can go back.
Come on, Jason.
Jason, let's try it. Yeah.
Yes.
We always pick on you, Alex. We always pick on you. Jason. Come on, Jason.
You got it.
Elbows inside. Good
Boy,
straight
you got
up.
it.
So, come on. What's wrong, Jason? Don't you do this like every day?
With like 5 pounds.
Like 5 pounds? Okay. Alright. Can you get both hands?
That's easy.
That's not a curl. Come on. Alright, thanks. Go give them a hand. Okay. So I did that basically to give you a demonstration of, like a visual demonstration for all you visual learner people. In that demonstration, Bob would be what you would say, somebody who uses their faith regularly. Okay? Someone who, they know how to do it. They've done it 1,000 times. Bob's always at the gym, always curling. He knows exactly how much he can do, and he knows how to do it correctly, right? So Katie and Jason, they'd be like quite a bit lower, new to using their faith and all that. So I just wanted to give a kind of visual representation of that. So everybody got their papers and pens ready? All good? Okay, so these are going to be the steps to using your faith. So first step is called target. So, and whoever, if you guys like the military a lot, that's kind of a lot of this seems militaristic. But anyway, so target is the first step. And what I mean by target is what do you want to use your faith for? It can be something small. It can be something big. It can be, I'm going to use my faith for a movie ticket next week. I want to use my faith for a Jeep or, something else that y'all like. So on the target line, like right beside it, I want y'all to write out something that you think of. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like a material thing. It can be peace or patience or something like that too. But write that out next to target. And whenever you got that down, step 2 is equip. And what I mean by equip, after you have your target of what you want to use your faith for, you have to equip yourself so that you can get to the target.
Which one was it? The second
You
one.
want the second one? It's equip. Yeah. And for this one, what does the Bible say about your target? Put some time into the Word. Just figure out, is it something that's in, no, that's pretty much all I got to say about that one, actually. What does the Bible say about your target? Third step, arm. So, you got to arm yourself after equipping yourself, which these are kind of almost the same thing. But arming yourself, take several verses and confess them over yourself. So, get into the Word, find several verses you want to, like say you're having some self-confidence issues. What does the Bible say about self-confidence and things like that? Let's see, what are some of the things that I said over myself? They're leaving my mind now. What are some good verses for that? Do what? You're made in the image of God. That's a good one. If you're dealing with fear, goodness, I can't think of anything right now.
Spirit of fear.
Yeah, what a power, love, and sound mind. All these. So go through the Bible, and this is easy. Okay, this doesn't have to be pick up the book and I hope I can find it in this big book. I'm gonna open it up and maybe I'll find something about peace. Use Google. Really, use Google. Be like, literally, scriptures on peace, scriptures on self-confidence, something like that. It's easy to find all the verses you need. So that's the third step. So arm yourself. Find a bunch of verses, or just a few verses, and write them down. And those are the ones you're going to confess over yourself. And the fourth one is strategize, or strategy, if you want to put that. You got to choose when you're going to arm yourself every day. So I'm going to wait for y'all. I'll go a little fast on this. But yeah, strategy, strategize. figure out a time every day. If it's easier for you in the morning, do it in the morning. When you wake up, I have a board on the back of my door that's kind of like a vision poster. And when I go up there, I look at it. It's got a bunch of different verses that I picked out of stuff that means a lot to me. Stuff like being made in the image of Christ and all the things like that. And I'll go up to that poster and I'll say everything that's on the poster, just to build myself up and to do that. So strategize, figure out a time every day. It's right before you go to bed. You can do that too. Say you're believing for a Jeep. What I would always do is right before I went to bed, I would just, talk about, I'm believing I have that Jeep, the Jeep 2-door, jacked up. I would go in description. So whatever you're believing for, describe it also, because it'll create an image on the inside of you a whole lot better if you do it that way. And step 5 is attack. Put your words into action. Nike, just do it. I mean, that's literally, I love that saying because it's so true in so many areas in life. Like, you just got to do it.
Right.
That works with work, it works with hobbies, everything. Just do it, which makes sense. And going back, I'm going to just read this back to you again. Kind of back up what I'm saying. Back in Mark 11:22, I'm just going to bring that up again, and I'm going to read it. Have faith in God, Jesus answered. I tell you the truth, if anyone says to this mountain, go, throw yourself in the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says will happen, it will be done for him. I'm taking this verse right here, and this is applying it into your everyday life, okay? Because you're using your words. What he's saying is that, the more you say it, the more you believe it in your heart, that's when it's going to happen. So that's just, I just wanted to back up what I'm saying, so I'm not just saying a bunch of fluff. And then the last thing I want to say, those are the 5 steps I had for using your faith. I hope you all have a target and bring home, but the last thing I want to end with is victory was achieved at step 1. Victory was achieved at target. Okay? Don't think that you're doing this all by yourself, because you're not. Jesus already gained whatever it is that you're trying to get. You're just claiming it. So your victory was already achieved at target. So if you're trying to get self-confidence or patience or something like that, just know that it's already yours and it's already provided for you. So as you confess it and you speak it, just remember that it is yours. And that's really all I had for tonight. Just wanted to kind of give a description of that. Yeah.